Sunlight hurts my eyes. Sunlight hurts my eyes.
What's up guys, you're watching GQ. My name is Bryan and today I'm reviewing the Razer Naga Molten, the special edition gaming mouse. So what I'm going to be talking about today is going to be the pros and cons, the quality of it, the price of it, if I think it's worth the price, and really just my overall opinion of it. I already have it plugged up just so I can show you everything about it. The colors are amazing. It looks awesome. It's got a sick red glow that just comes out of it. It just looks perfect. The plastic on it is a real nice smooth finish. Doesn't really show fingerprints or anything at all, which I love. The buttons and the side buttons here are the same type of finish, same feel. They feel good. They're not slippery or anything, but they hold a grip, but they're not sticky. The sides though is one thing I don't like. The sides it's more glossy plastic, and it does show up fingerprints. It does stick a little bit whenever you're playing with it. You don't notice it too much though because your hand is on the buttons and on the top of the mouse here. I do notice it kind of on the side. I wish it wasn't so sticky, but you know, for the overall quality of the mouse, it still works. And when you first look at it, yes, it is extremely intimidating. And when I first saw it, I was thinking there is absolutely no way I would ever use this mouse. Until I looked into it a little bit more. I'm big into MMO gaming, and I figured, hey, I need some more hotkeys because I hotkey everything. And let me tell you, this is the greatest hotkeying programmable mouse I've ever used, and I love it. Every single key on here is 100% customizable. You can really customize it to anything you want, to any game you want. Obviously, it's specific for MMOs, but you can use it for FPS shooters, like Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, those kind of games. It's perfect because you can just set each button to a weapon that you want instead of having to scroll through it or remember what the numbers are on your keyboard, trying to click up that when you're trying to move around. The design of the mouse I love too. It's really good. It fits good in your hand. It's a little small for a lot of people, but I think it fits well. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It does fit well. It does have these little grooves on the end here, which I think really form your fingers more. It's a lot easier to kind of control and manage. I don't find myself accidentally clicking the buttons all the time, or even the ones on the side. They're not mechanical, so they do press a little bit easier, but I really don't find myself pressing them on accident when I don't mean to. The learning curve is a little bit steep. That is one of the negatives about it, because there is 12 buttons on the side, and there are 17 buttons in total. So the learning curve is a little bit high. It is a little difficult to get used to at first. It took me about 2 weeks or so to get used to. So the learning curve of the mouse is a little bit steep. There are a ton of buttons on the side, 12 buttons on the side, 17 in total. But once you get used to it, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely easier to use once you get used to it. I've been using a Naga for a little over a year now, and it took me about a week or two to get really fully used to it. A few days to kind of get the control of it, but really a week or two to fully handle it, know where everything is perfectly, or not only have to think about it anymore. I did find myself accidentally clicking the buttons occasionally because they're not mechanical, so they do press in a little bit easier. But like I said, after a few days, your thumb starts to get really light. You don't even notice it anymore, and it just makes gaming so much easier, so much more enjoyable because you have so many different things that you can use now. Another awesome thing about this mouse is that it has 5600 DPI. If you don't know what DPI is, it's basically the sensitivity of the mouse whenever you're moving it around. So obviously, the higher the DPI, the faster the sensitivity, faster your reaction time can be, the better your gameplay is. So I'm sure you're wondering, the price. Price is a little bit steep. That is one of the downfalls, but so it's Razer. They make really good products, so it's going to be a little more expensive. It's definitely worth the quality to me. In stores, I've seen it go around for about 120 bucks. Online, you can really find it for anywhere between 90 and that price of 120. I personally think it is definitely worth it. Definitely worth the investment. I spent about 100 bucks on mine online, and I have never regretted it. So a lot of pros, not too many cons for this. Really the only con is going to be it's a little bit expensive. It's definitely a big learning curve, but once you get used to it, the learning curve is easy to get used to. It's perfect, and it's really not too much to handle. It's a little overwhelming at first when you start to use it, but you definitely get used to it within a few days of using it. And it is a little bit small. I do wish it was a little bit bigger on the side. Didn't have all of this gloss kind of plastic finish on it, but I won't complain too much. A lot of Razer products are like that, and I love Razer, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. The overall finish of it is great. I love it. Definitely recommend it. I give it an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Brian. This is G Cubed. I've been talking about the Razer Naga Molten Special Edition. If you like this video, like it. If you don't, dislike it. Give us some feedback. I don't mind. Let us know how we're doing. If you have any suggestions, put it down in the comment section down there. Tell us what you want us to review. We'll review it for you. And that's it. Naga, get it.